What would you do with $2 billion? Not 2 million, not 200 million, $2 billion. That's not a hypothetical question. In November 2022, someone actually won that much in the lottery. And today, we're diving into the biggest lottery wins in history. What happened to the winners and the dark side of instant wealth that nobody talks about. I'm Snap, and this is the story of the luckiest and sometimes unluckiest people on Earth. Let's start with the big one. November 7th, 2022. Powerball jackpot, $2.04 billion. The winning ticket was sold at Joe's Service Center in Altadena, California. The winner, Edwin Castro, a regular guy who picked up a ticket on his way home. He matched all 6 numbers, 10, 33, 41, 47, 56, and Powerball 10. Now here's where it gets interesting. Edwin had a choice: take $2.04 billion paid out over 29 years, or take a one-time lump sum of $997.6 million. He chose the lump sum after taxes. He walked away with roughly $628 million, and boy did he spend it fast. Within months, Castro purchased a $25.5 million mansion in the Hollywood Hills with panoramic city views, infinity pool, the works. Then a $4 million house in his hometown of Altadena. He also bought a vintage white Porsche and has been spotted with a new Ram TRX pickup truck. But the story gets crazier. In May 2023, a man named Jose Rivera filed a lawsuit claiming he was the real winner, that Castro had stolen the ticket from him. Rivera claimed he bought the ticket. Someone named Reggie stole it, and it ended up with Castro. The lawsuit was dismissed. Surveillance footage and investigation confirmed Castro legally purchased and owned the ticket. He kept every cent. This win shattered the previous record of $1,586 billion, which brings us to our next story. January 13th, 2016. Powerball jackpot, $1,586 billion. 3 winning tickets. One ticket was purchased by John and Lisa Robinson in Tennessee. They appeared on the Today Show before even claiming their prize, which lottery experts say was a terrible idea. More on that later. The second ticket belonged to Marvin and May Acosta in California. They were described as humble, hard-working people who continued to live quietly after their win. The third ticket, David Kalschmidt and Maureen Smith from Florida. They bought the ticket at a public supermarket. When asked what they'd do with the money, Maureen said, "The first thing I want is a new roof." Each ticket was worth about $528.8 million as a lump sum before taxes. Not bad for splitting, but here's what's fascinating. The Robinsons going public immediately made their lives incredibly difficult. They were bombarded with requests for money, threats, and lost privacy forever. Financial advisors always recommend winners do the opposite. Stay quiet, get a lawyer, plan carefully. October 23rd, 2018. Mega Millions jackpot. $1,537 billion. One ticket sold in South Carolina. The winner? We still don't know. South Carolina is one of the few states that allows lottery winners to remain anonymous, and this person was smart enough to exercise that right. They waited months to claim their prize, hired a legal team, and collected their winnings through a trust. They chose the lump sum of $877.8 million, after taxes around $619 million. Then they vanished. No interviews, no public appearances, no leaked identity. This is what lottery experts call doing it right. The winner avoided the curse that has haunted so many lottery winners throughout history. Because here's the thing, nobody tells you about winning the lottery. It often ruins people's lives. Jack Whittaker won $314 million in West Virginia in 2002. Within 4 years, he'd been robbed multiple times, sued by a casino, and his granddaughter, whom he'd given money to, died of a drug overdose. He later said, "I wish I'd torn up that ticket." Billie Bob Harrell Jr. won $31 million in Texas in 1997. He bought houses, cars, gave money to his church and friends. Less than 2 years later, he died by suicide. His last words to a financial advisor were, "Winning the lottery is the worst thing that ever happened to me." Abraham Shakespeare won $30 million in Florida in 2006. In 2009, he was murdered by someone who wanted his money. The statistics are grim. About 70% of lottery winners end up broke within a few years. Why? 1. They don't understand wealth management. Suddenly having millions doesn't mean you know how to invest or budget properly. 2. They're surrounded by people asking for money. Family, friends, strangers. Everyone wants a piece. 3. Lifestyle inflation. Winners often buy massive houses, expensive cars, and luxury items they can't maintain long term. 4. They become targets for scams, lawsuits, and violence. So if you ever win the lottery, and statistically you won't, because the odds of winning Powerball are 1 in 292 million. Here's what financial experts say you should do. First, don't tell anyone. Not yet. Sign the back of the ticket immediately, photograph it, and store it in a safe place. Second, hire 3 professionals before claiming your prize. A lottery attorney, a tax attorney, and a financial advisor who works with high net worth individuals, not your uncle who's good with money. Third, if your state allows it, claim anonymously through a trust or LLC. Your privacy is worth more than any publicity. Fourth, choose the lump sum if you have discipline. The annuity sounds safer, but inflation eats away at future payments, and you can't invest or pass it on as easily. Fifth, pay off debts, set up trusts for your kids, invest conservatively. Don't buy 17 cars in the first month. Sixth, move away. Seriously, your hometown will never treat you the same. Seventh, consider giving some away, but strategically. Set up a foundation, work with charities. Don't just hand cash to everyone who asks. And finally, remember that money doesn't solve every problem. It often creates new ones. The biggest lottery wins in history represent more than just astronomical numbers. They are cautionary tales about instant wealth, human nature, and the American dream gone wrong. Edwin Castro is still enjoying his billions. We'll see if he's still happy in 10 years. The anonymous South Carolina winner? Probably the smartest person on this list. Would you play the lottery after hearing these stories? Let me know in the comments. And if you do win, hire a lawyer before you tell me about it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more stories about money, mystery, and the human condition. I'll see you in the next one.